Why is that? I mean, is it just because people are lazy today, or they're bored? I mean, are we just like bored, spoiled children who've just been lying in the bathtub all day, just playing with their plastic duck, and now they're just thinking, well, what can I do? We're all bored now. But has it ever occurred to you, Wally, that the process that creates this boredom that we see in the world now may very well be a self-perpetuating, unconscious form of brainwashing created by a world totalitarian government based on money, and that all of this is much more dangerous than one thinks? And it's not just a question of individual survival, Wally, but that somebody who's bored is asleep. Somebody who's asleep will not say no. See, I keep meeting these people. I mean, just a few days ago, I met this man whom I greatly admire. He's a Swedish physicist, Bjornstrand, and he told me that he no longer he doesn't read newspapers and he doesn't read magazines. He completely cut them out of his life because he really does feel that we're living some kind of Orwellian nightmare now, and that everything that you hear now contributes to being you into a robot. When I was born, I met this extraordinary English expert, loaded his life to save him trees. Just got back from Washington, lobbying to save the redwoods. He's 84 here. He always travels with a backpack. He never knows where he's going to be tomorrow. When I met him in Finport, he said to me, "Where are you from?" And I said, "New York." He said, "New York, yes, that's a very place. Do you know a lot of New Yorkers who are talking about the fact that they want to leave but never do?" "Oh, yes?" He said, "Why do you think they don't leave?" I gave him different now theories. He said, "Oh, I don't think it's that way at all." He said, "I think that New York is the new model for a new concept." Concentration camp, where the camp has been built by the inmates themselves, and the inmates are the guards, and they have this pride in this thing they've built. They built their own prisoners, and so they exist in a state of schizophrenia, where they are both guards and prisoners, and as a result they no longer have, having been lobotomized, the capacity to leave the prison they've made, or to even see it as a prison. 2 or 3 years now, Chicky and I have had this very unpleasant feeling that we should get out. We really feel like Jews in Germany in the late 30s. Get out of here. Of course, the problem is where to go, because quite obvious that the whole world is going in the same direction. See, I think it's quite possible the 1960s represented the last burst of the human being before he was extinguished. And this is the beginning of the rest of the future now, that from now on there'll simply be all these robots walking around, feeling nothing, thinking nothing. Nobody left almost to remind them that there was a species called a human being, with feelings and thoughts, and that his memory, a right being erased, and soon they will really remember that life existed on the planet. Now, of course, your friend feels that there's really almost hope. A language of the heart. Languages in the Polish forest where language wasn't needed. Some kind of language between people that is a new kind of poetry. That's the poetry of the dancing beat. That's the poetry of the dancing bee that tells us where the honey is. And I think that in order to create language, you're going to have to learn how you can go through a looking glass into another kind of perception where you have that sense of being united to all things. And suddenly, you understand everything. 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 You understand everything.